Did you know that working with tenants is like the craziest part of real estate? There's so much frustration when you work with tenants. And that's because most of the decisions are out of your hands when it's tenants involved. The landlord can ask you for 1,001 things. You give it all, and they still turn you down. Today, we want to manage expectations for tenants. Managing expectations. My name is Yemi. This is The Right Property, where we bring you information before deals. This topic is not the sexiest out there, but it's something that needs to be talked about. As a tenant, it will do you so much good if you can check off at least 6 things that are in your power on this list, and then you leave the seventh to the landlord to decide. Before we go forward, it's almost like any video you don't say, please subscribe, nobody actually subscribes. Please subscribe, like, and share. Let's go. Number one, you want to set realistic budget expectations. And you do this by doing good research. You can do the research with Google yourself, or you can call up an agent. When people call me, I do not use their budget. The first list I'm going to send to you is just about your location and what you're looking for. Then you, from the list, you're going to see what the landlords are asking for in that location, and you're going to see how competitive it is. That is, if they're getting what they're asking, then you know the area is competitive. At that point, you decide if you want to go up on your budget or we want to go look at another part of town. Very easy. But you want to start from there. Your budget matters a lot. And if you cannot manage the expectation of not getting what you have in your head with the size of the budget you've put together, well, you're going to have frustration setting. So, managing your expectations starts with researching and making sure your budget is realistic for the location you're looking at. Number two thing is the credit report. Lots of landlords everywhere, they're so crazy about credit. They want you to have above 700 score. Your report must be like, full of events and all that stuff. If you're a new immigrant or student, whatever they're asking for right there knocks you off their radar. They're not going to give you anything. New immigrants don't have the credit report. Some new immigrants don't even have the job yet. Some people called me not too long ago. It's just 2 weeks old on the job. He has not even gotten a paycheck yet. How is that person going to show pay stubs and show employment letter and show a credit report that's going to make the landlord say yes? At this point, as a tenant, you want to talk to family members, extended or close, it doesn't matter. You need someone that's going to co-sign and be your guarantor. You also want to talk to people at your place of worship, or maybe someone at your job. You have to talk to someone that's going to stand in for you, because as soon as your paperwork is submitted and there's no guarantor, there's no co-signer, landlords will be forced to say no. Frustration. Manage that expectation. Start looking for a co-signer or guarantor today, even before you call your agent up. When you call the agent, you can say, I have all the paperwork from my co-signer. Everything is ready. Because there was a deal that I was going to do. I actually spoke with the guy that said he was going to be the guarantor of this client. And once we found the place and the offer was about to be put together, co-signers stopped picking everybody's calls. Wouldn't pick up the call of my client, wouldn't pick up my call, and they were supposed to be friends. They were supposed to be, I think, family members. So make sure you have the paperwork from your co-signer or your guarantor before you even start searching and find a place. Because the truth of the matter is you can actually find a place, and before all those papers are put together, the place is gone. There are more people in the market looking, and you have to be ready to go. That's how you manage expectations and cut off frustration. The third thing is you want to define your needs against your wants. If something is a want, don't be too crazy about changing your mind about it. If something is a need, it's something you need. Example, a family of four needs a big space. A one guy or couple, you don't need such a huge place. Someone that drives, you need a unit or house that gives parking. If not, you're going to have to pay extra for parking. I mean, your needs just goes on and on. You might need to be close to shopping if you don't have a car. You might need to be close to a mall. You might need to be close to a school if you're a mother of four or a mother of two without a car. You might need to be close to your place of work. That's a need most people have. Always define and redefine your needs against your wants. Make sure you're going after your needs and not after your wants. That's number three. Number four, you want to be flexible. You want to be flexible. You want to be open to changes. So all these things we've listed from 1 to 3, when you get to 4, you want to be flexible to change your needs, to change your budget, to change even a guarantor if need be. So you have to be open to suggestions like that as you go along. Check this off and you have less frustration as you start looking for a place. You have to be clear in your communication, as in during the show, in your communication, you want to be clear with the agent what you're looking for, what you want. And during showing, you have a phone. Everybody's got a phone. Take pictures, because that place you're looking at might be the place you put an offer in, and you only get one showing most of the time. For tenant property, you usually get one showing. And if you see 3 places and you decide, okay, I'm going with number 3, the next time you see the place is your moving day. Okay, if you forget to take pictures during your showing, on your moving day, you want to take pictures and you store it. When you take pictures on your phone, the date is attached automatically so that on your moving out, landlord don't say, oh, you have to fix this, or I'm using your deposit to fix this thing. You'll be like, no, it was like that. Look at the picture, case closed. You want to document everything. Clear communications involve you taking pictures, you documenting every document that crosses the table between you and your agent or crosses the table between you and the landlord. Sometimes people get accommodation directly from Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji, directly from a landlord. You want to make sure you are storing and you're saving and you're documenting everything between you and the landlord at that point. When you walk through an agent documents most of your paperwork. All you have to do is just ask, and the agent will give them to you, right? Your agreement, you want to make sure you read everything before you sign, and you also request a copy for any agreement you sign, because agreements are not only for now, they're actually done for future. So you want to make sure you keep and you document everything, and you communicate clearly with your agent, with the management, if you're working with the management, or directly with the landlord. Always ask questions. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this channel, so that people can have questions when they do deals to protect yourself. Number 6 is you want to plan for the unexpected. Like I said, if you have a car, you want to make sure it's parking free, or do you have to pay for parking? you want to plan for utilities. It could be utilities included or utilities extra to be paid by you. You want to find out all that. You want to find out if laundry is in suit, or you have to use a laundry machine in the building, or you have to go through a laundromat. You have to make sure you prepare for all that. The last thing on this list, it has to do with stereotype. Everybody's got their own stereotype. In fact, we all go through life with some form or shape of stereotype. Sometimes stereotyping people makes you not make mistakes or fall for the wrong people or get, scammed by people. However, when you use your stereotype to deny, to prevent, to negatively affect someone else's life, it becomes racism. And sadly enough, we have some landlords out there. All this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checklist has been done by the tenant. Their offer, their application is strong. They know that. Your agent knows that. However, the landlord comes back because they've seen the name or they've seen the ID, and their stereotype makes them afraid that this group of minority or this group of people do not pay rent on time, or they delay, or they evade rent just from something you've heard, probably never even happened to you directly, and you use that to make a decision to negatively affect that family trying to move in. That's racism. So I'm not against people having stereotype, but you want to go through what people are submitting to you in form of their paperwork. And this is why I'm saying on my list, you could check 1 to 6, and number 7 is out of your hands. However, if this happens to you, you know it's out there. That's why I'm doing this video, for you to manage your expectations and not be as badly impacted as you would be if you had no clue. If you have any comment, about my number 7, drop your comment. I know it's out there. We all know it's out there. It's hard to prove it, but it's happening to people. So as a tenant, if it happens to you, just find somewhere else, But we know it's happening, and you're not alone. Please put a comment if you have something against it, or if this has happened to you. Let's spread it. Let's make people aware of it, so that those practicing it can actually put a stop to it. You judge someone by who they are and not by what you think they could do. Okay? So these are my advice for you as tenants. Go through the video again, check the list, write the list down, and you can check them off as you start searching. You could have a place today, and if you get into the market tomorrow or you get kicked out, all this will still apply to you. So you want to be aware of them. You want to check them down. You want to get them done before you even call an agent. Now, you want to get and make the search experience a positive one for you as well as for your agent. And I will see you at the top.